Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. I am full of artsy energy this morning. Let's see. And I have all kinds of things to share with you and talk about. And blah, 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 blah. You know how it goes. Let's see. If you are brand new here, if you would like, follow and share and Corbiere-Scott Designs with all your artsy friends, and share with your friends, but participate with me in the groups. Talk to me, leave me comments, give me likes. I can't tell you how advantageous those likes are. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Anyway, it does make a huge difference in the algorithm and all of that jazz. Anyway, so if you would follow, like, and share on the following social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, that would be grand. And then ask to join Stitch Along with Anne Facebook group and Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. So I told a lie the other day. I said I was going to finish this swatch. I didn't. You know. But I will today. So let's get some water on each of these colors. Let's finish this while we chat. I'm telling you, you guys keep me on task, because my brain bounces all over the place. But when I know that I'm talking here, I know I have to keep on task. So, a couple of paintbrushes. Oh, Deb, I can't believe you have COVID. I'm so sorry. You know what? I just found out another friend had it, and I think people who think it's gone, it's not. It is absolutely not. So let me take my glasses off, and then let's just start chatting, shall we? While I paint. Everybody make sure you have a drink. I'm going to paint this. So I'm going to get my brush wet for a second. Oh, Debbie, I'm so sorry. Good morning, Valerie. That stinks so bad. I'm so sorry. Oh, we need to. Oh, I went shopping with Joni yesterday, and I got, amongst other things, I got some pens. Giant surprise, everyone. But I also got some supplies for projects that I'm creating for the retreat. So here are the pens I got yesterday. I always, if I see microns, I buy them because I go through them so much. I got the 005, I got a couple of 10s, a couple of 12s. Anyway, there's the microns that I got, right? Then I also got some more black jellies, and these are 6 and 8, because I think I already have the 10, and so I wanted to play with those. I am really liking them on top of things, and so I'm playing with that idea. And then here I got the white jelly rollers in 10. I really like those. I got this to try, a Sharpie pen. I don't know exactly what size it is. I didn't see a size written on it anywhere, but I thought it would be fun to try. And this pen I thought I could try as an alternative to these, because these are hard to find. The darker one, the lighter one, I think. Cold gray 1 is hard to find. And so, but here's the thing. Pitt artist pens, the big brush ones, these are permanent. This is also by Faber-Castell, who I love, but this is a watercolor one. So I thought it's worth a try, and it's double-ended. There's a bullet and a brush. So, anyway. So these, the paints that I'm using, Valerie, are the Art of Soil. And I got the Vibrant collection. That comes as no one will be surprised by that, right? So let's work that water into this yellow DMW. Work that in. Clean off your brush and get it back in the water. I'm going to take that 005. I'm going to write DMW yellow. The next one is Deceptively green blue. Coastal waters. Chlorophyll, that's a funny name, isn't it? Shine. Sweet water. Deep blue sea. Durango. And sand. You know what I was thinking? I need to put the date on here. So we are 8/2024. I don't know. Sometimes that feels important. Okay, deceptively green blue. Let's see what we've got with that. So the cool thing about these paints, besides that they're made from soil, which I thought was super cool, they also are pan-free. And so you just get this round blob, for lack of a better word, of color. And then, look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Look at this. The coastal waters. I'm loving that. Chlorophyll. Shine. So Oh, you got the new Beam Gold. You know what? I've been kind of looking at that too, Keels. Okay. Sweet water. Yeah, Facebook is, I know. I still have to redo the class, the back to school, just start anew. The back to school private Facebook group. But speaking of that, you should sign up. It's amazing. I'm telling you, every single day I seem to add something more to that, to the class curriculum every day. I know. That is the beauty of a swatch book, isn't it, Keels? I know. I made myself not buy any colors of anything yesterday at the art store because I didn't take my swatch book. And I was like, too many times I have bought duplicates. Okay. Durango. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I can see all kinds of things I want to paint with that. And sand. Let's see what happens with that. I will let you know, Debbie, as soon as that's on the list for today. I have major deadlines for Adorn It that I have to finish and get sent today. And so, there we go. Look at that. That's making me so happy. But I will let you know. I promise. As soon well, sorry about that. As soon as it's up. It will go up today. But do you want to see a sneak peek of what I'm drawing for Adorn It? Are any of you stitchers? Well, Valerie is. So I'm drawing some Halloween stuff. Some of it's already been sent. Some of it's being sent today. So don't be a scaredy cat. So it's a whole series of cats. And so this is how my drawings start, right? And then you saw the inked version. Here's one that I'm inking right now, Cat-O-Lantern. I drew some things that didn't make the cut, so I can show you those. I drew this kind of a vintage jack-o'-lantern. And it just didn't make the cut. There's the first version of the scaredy cat. Then I'm going to do something with this mid-century cat. Look at this cat! Don't you love it? Oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. I think I have one. Oh, a man in the moon that didn't make the cut, but I got some ideas for it. Have so much fun. Keels, have a great lunch. Thanks, Valerie. Thank you. So today I wanted to work on assembling my gouache painted daffodils onto this page that we worked on. Well, I had worked on previously, and then I we kind of did some more stuff on it on Tuesday. So here are my 2 gouache painted daffodils. So I'm going to set those aside. And this is one of the fabulous dandelion crayons that my friend Debbie sent me. So happy. So one thing I wanted to share with you about the crayon class is look, you can use straight crayons to create a, what do I want to say, like a transition from an image to a background. You see how that, like sometimes we use our watercolor pencils, right? But you can also use crayons, and that's going to give you a whole different, it's just going to give you a different vibe. And that's what we want our art to be, right? We just want it to be filled with cool inspiration and funky vibes. Right? So this is one way that you can use your crayons. Sign up for Back to Art School 101, and you're going to find so much information about crayons. So much, so much, so much, so much. Okay, I just wanted to make, I like when there's a transition from one medium to the next, right? I like it to be kind of a, I don't know, I just like that transition where it kind of softens the edges. Oh, that's coming up. Let's get some glue under there. Hey, Joni, how are you? We are working with Denise's daffodils today, and we painted them with gouache on Tuesday. So now I laid these out, and I really liked Did you find the Valerie, did you find the swirl colored pencils? You need those for Back to Art School 102. So if you see them, snatch them. So this, I kind of liked this idea of tucking this daffodil behind this daffodil, and look at how cool that assemblage is. Kind of digging it. So I think I was looking at it this way, and I was looking at it over here, and I think I really like it. Hey, Renata, how are you? Oh, yay! So you got the, yes, the twistables or something, the regular crayons and the colored pencils. Yay! We're gonna have so much fun. Okay, so this, I like this, the way this is laying out. So I'm going to stick some glue behind here, right? So that I'm starting to get things in their place. This one I want to go under because I want that to stick down there. Ta-da! Now let's flip it over and get some. I like to go to the edge so I don't get flip ups, but sometimes that just happens. So today I thought that we could do, I was trying to think of like a lesson that we could, I could share. And so, besides just assembling my art journaling page, I thought I could share some hand lettering on an art journal page, how to incorporate it. But just know that I have so many hand lettering classes on my website that I've taught in the past, and you can take, if the class is still up on my website, that means you are more than welcome to take it. And I'll know as soon as you get in there, and so then I can watch to see if you have any questions, or if you there we go. All right, now let's flip this over. I just want to make sure that I have everything. I'm liking it too, Tam. Look at it. Because the color of the month for August is yellow, and I just thought this totally celebrates yellow, right? Okay, so I have a quote that I want to include on my page. And so, let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And so, I want to share with you how to incorporate it onto the page. So, number one, I always use a pencil. I know some people don't, but whatever. That's not me. I always use a pencil. So, here's my quote. "Don't wait for inspiration. It comes while working," by Henri Matisse. And the interesting thing was one of his contemporaries, Picasso, said something very similar. So who knows who knows? They both said it. So I write it out the way I kind of want the lines to go. Don't wait for inspiration. It comes while working. And then Henri Matisse. So here's what I do. First I look at it and I think, do I want it left justified, centered, or right justified? I kind of like the idea of it being right justified. And justified means that the type goes from the left. Justified is the line where it all lines up. Left justified is this way. And then centered, goes right? So think about, that's something to consider. So when I look at my page, I know that I want everything right justified because I want it to flow from here. I want my words to come out here. Do you see? This is going to be the justification line, kind of right there is kind of where I'm hoping. Okay. So now, the next thing that you want to do is think about, so I want Matisse to be, that's my last line, right? So I'm going to write that backwards. And you know what? I should have, this is why I do it in pencil. Line it up with a line. It makes it so much easier. So let's go down here. So here's my justification. So let's have it, our letters are going to sit on that line right there. SS. And S's, sometimes I like to start at the bottom. Or sometimes I start at the top and then I start at the bottom and then I meet them in the middle. So you don't feel like you have to do the whole, do you know what I'm saying? Go. A. M. All right, let's leave a little space, and then we'll do our I. R. N. E. And then capital H. There we go. All right, so now I know working is my next line, is my next word. I'm going to leave myself like 2 squares. Do I want to leave it? Because that's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4. These were each 2 squares high, and then I want to leave a square, and then 2 squares, and then a square, and then 2 squares, and then a square, and then 2 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that make sense to anybody? So we had this go all the way to here. So our first line is working. So we want our G. That's kind of big. And I'm writing on top of the stamp, so I want to kind of take my time a little minute. So here's my base, right? And my G comes down here. And then my N right there. I. K. R. And remember, these are just kind of guidelines. That's not gonna. It will be different when we are inking it. Right, working, and then we're going to do while. We're going to come up to our next two. So let's just put a little. I like to mix uppercase and lowercase sometimes, just for fun. It's hand lettering, right? While. E. M. O. C. T. I. It comes while working. Go up. Inspiration. There's our guide. So here's the way that I do an S. Remember I told you I do the top and then the bottom. So I might go do this, and then join. And sometimes I get a more consistent S when I do that. Right? Maybe I want to get a little stylized, so I do a little top and a big bottom. And then I can, right? Instead of trying to do little and then big, sometimes this just doesn't work. So this is just one little trick, but you can do it, however you want. S. N. I. Oops. Let's make a capital F there. I don't know. That just looks something. Wait. T. I A W space T apostrophe N O D, capital D. There we go. Don't wait for inspiration. It comes while working. Henri Matisse. Okay, so now I want to think about which pen I want to use. I want it to be quite bold because I'm going over a lot of things. If I use too thin of a pen, it's going to get lost in the shuffle. So maybe this is a good time to try this Sharpie, see what happens. And remember, this is the time that you can refine your lettering. So remember that your pencil is just kind of a guideline. You can kind of wing it a little bit, but within the guidelines. Does that make sense? T. This pen is not liking going over paint. Like I need to keep priming it on a piece of paper. I'm feeling that as a challenge, but you can there's a million tricks to get over challenges. And here's an interesting thing. It's going over that crayon that I put down there. So that's a good thing to note. There we go. So this is, clean it off on some scratch paper. And do this little trick for all kinds of pens that maybe you're having a challenge with. Just prime them again on a piece of scratch paper and then go back. Don't give up. Never give up on a pen. I'm telling you, there'll be a way that you can use it. I love lowercase e's. There's something about lowercase e's that just, oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. Here we go. Keep that paper near to keep priming. Period there, period there. And we do his name. What, Tam, what same? What do you... There's that weird lag, so I've been blabbing a whole bunch of stuff. What are you saying same to? I know. There's something about a lowercase e. I don't know. Makes me so happy. So, oh my gosh. I have this darling story to tell you. So, there's this town in Poland, and I'm trying to remember if I wrote down the name of the town. Maybe I did not. Anyway, people are getting pelted with tennis balls in this town. And the funny thing about it is that they, oh my God, I got my 4,000 little hunks of paper. I was just talking to Joni about how I have these little hotel notepads all over my house. All over my house. Scribbled with notes. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit for a second before I try to erase pencil lines. And then I feel like I want to stylize this just a little bit more. But I'm going to take a drink, and you are too. And I'll tell you this story while we wait for this to cure. Okay, so people are walking past this particular balcony in this town in Poland, and they keep getting pelted with tennis balls. But everybody's okay with it. The tennis balls are being launched by an adorable puppy who just wants to play, and passerbys can't decline a little balcony fetch. So his name is Booba. Her humans say that she came up with this game herself. One day, she accidentally knocked a tennis ball off the balcony, and a human threw it back. And that's where it kind of started, this whole game that she was so delighted that she hasn't stopped. So the funny thing is that she has never been rejected when she purposely throws the ball, like launches the balls off the balcony. Even those in a hurry stop and give her a toss or two, encouraging people to slow down and share a laugh with those around them. She's become a bit of a local celebrity where some people are traveling from neighboring towns just to play a little balcony fetched with Booba. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love that story. Okay, I'm going to clean this off so I have this clean, so I don't smear. I shouldn't, but I just always want to be on the safe side. So now I want to erase my guideline, and then my pencil lines for the lettering. Ooh, I have some gluing to do. My stamps are coming up. Come on. I'm loving that. I know. I read that story and I was like, oh, I can share that. I'm going to share that in class. Okay. A little glue. A little glue. Okay. So now I'm thinking I feel like it's still not, like I want it a little bit bolder. So I'm thinking, let's try this smaller jelly roller, the number 6. Let's see what we got here. That's the number 6. This is the number 8. Number 10. Oh. No, that's an 8. Oh well. So let's use the 8, I think. Oh, I'm sure there is a YouTube of that dog. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was just the most delightful story. Those are the ones that just make me so happy. Okay, so I'm going to go back over these lines with my gel pen. Number 1, the gel pen is a bit shiny, right? And we can thicken our lines just a little bit by just kind of going back and forth. And that's going to give us a little bit of boldness. So because I'm going over these stamps, I'm going up over the stamps instead of down over the stamps. Right? So let's come in. I don't have black in a glaze, Valerie, or I might give it a try. Okay. So now I'm looking at my letters. Okay. I like it, but I want it just a little more stylized. Everybody take a drink. So, I'm gonna make just a little serif on there. Just a little serif on there, and there, and there. Here, and here, here, and here. Right, so let's continue to thicken these lines just ever so slightly by just using a pen that's just bigger than the initial pen you used. You don't run the risk of it being too thick and it kind of bleeding into, like, one into the next. Sometimes there's no turning back. Stop it. Oh, I'm loving that. Okay, let's do the eye. Sometimes it just takes subtle changes to have a big impact, right? You don't have to do something big and showy to make a difference in your art. Try the subtle thing first. If that's not enough, then you can always go back and do something more. Remember, you can always build, but it's harder to take away. Especially if you want, yeah, it's just a jelly roller, number 8. You can always add. It's way harder to take away. For it to not look, the tendency for it to look a mess is great. maybe go down a little bit there. There we go. So this is just one way to add hand lettering to an art journal page. There's many ways, that's for sure. I just want to share one with you. And you can, here's another fun thing you can do. You can play with your ascenders and descenders in something like this. Because number one, it's hand lettered, right? So the rules don't apply. I don't think there should be rules in art anyway, but some I certainly, they're just kind of ingrained in my head from art school, you know, like rule of thirds and an artistic triangle, you know, and repetition, repeating repeating patterns, repeating colors, right? Like some of those are just part of us, right? So what are some things that I could extend down? I could extend down these T's, and that's going to be kind of cool. Just that little bit, just that little bit. And you notice I didn't put any serifs on them. I think lowercase t's are tricky to put serifs on, so that in fear that they will look like that 1990s, 1980s. Remember when everybody did like bubble letters, or they just did like that? I think that it just, I don't like it, and so I fiddle around with it so that I can come up with something else. But I'm thinking I could do the K. It could come down. That's kind of cool. And I don't do the ends of the K because that it starts to look like this lettering. I don't know if you pay attention to lettering as much as I do, but that is it will date your art, and we don't want to do that. I like to try and keep my things not what's the word I want to say? I like to try and keep my art kind of classic and not dated as much as I can. Some things you just can't help, but so I'm going to extend that, and then I'll extend this one even more. That gives a cool, there we go. I like that so much better. I feel like it holds its own with the artwork. Does that make sense? That they're all the same weight. The background the my artwork and my sentiment are all the same weight. I hope that makes sense. So today we did something a little different than we normally do. We have time for some comfort book. But I hope you learned something, and I hope that you'll play with it. You'll play with it later on today. Thank you, Tam. Ta-da. Okay, ready everybody? Why break when you can bend? You don't have to cope with everything. You don't have to handle everything. You don't have to keep a lid on everything to get through a day. You can't turn tides. You can't defy gravity. You can't go against the grain without getting splinters. But you can drop the disguise. You can feel what you feel. You can stretch out inside yourself. You can cry. You can feel. You can show what you are. You can, in fact, be you. Oh my gosh, that was a good one, wasn't it? Oh. Keely made a suggestion that maybe some of these comfort book quotes are things we should incorporate in our art journals, and I thought that was a great idea. So let's start doing that. Oh, I have mail to share with you. So I got two things in the mail. A postcard from the swap that I just did. Look at this, the Corbiere-Scott Designs swap. So this is from my friend Lori from British Columbia. So Lori is a quilter, and she's just the most amazing friend. Anyway, so she has incorporated fabric in her postcard. This is, the background here is honeycomb fabric, and then she's got the bee from the Aunt Judy art printable, and this is from my this is from one of my wildflower collages. I believe this is Aunt Florence, and this is from a Bible journaling class that I taught. Anyway, she chose a sentiment from one of my sentiment printables. Art is good for the soul. Find joy in the ordinary. But wait till you see what she wrote to me. Anne, thanks for a fun summer challenge. Hope all is well. Lift and squeeze your shoulders. Lori is also a yogi, and so she, at our retreat, she included a lot of yoga practice in our throughout our day. She would just stop and incorporate it. Oh, this is from one of my another art class that I taught, and this was part of the handout. So anyway, with that being said, everybody lift and squeeze your shoulders and then let go. I'm telling you, it helps so tremendously. And the other mail that I got was from my friend Brandy, and it is, look, there's Solomon, my black lab, going over the Rainbow Bridge. You guys, oh my gosh, that just touched my heart. And it says, Dear Anne and Jeff, I'm sorry about Solomon. My heart, love, and hugs are with you both, Brandy. And look at this cool technique inside of here. So take some, I always learn something from everybody, right? She's got a double mat on the inside, both white, both stitched edge rectangles. But look at how stunning that is. I really like that. And seriously, Brandy is the queen of glitter. So this is so... And she's a dog lover too. Anyway, I wanted to be sure and share that. And I also, don't forget to save your fruit and vegetable stickers. We're going to make something out of these. So I just have a Ziploc bag that I stick them to. I have stuck them to all kinds of weird things. I have. But just, oh, look, that one folded. Oh, boy. Anyway, save them and we'll make something. Promise. Anyway, with all that being said, now I will say thank you. Thank you ever so much for hanging with me, for making art with me, for supporting me and my artsy business. It means the world to me. Every single time you buy an art printable, every single time you sign up for a class, that keeps me working as an artist. All of those things support my artistic career. And so I appreciate every time you buy an embroidery pattern, all of those things, a stamp from Unity, it's all so greatly appreciated. I can't say thank you enough. Be on the lookout for news about my upcoming art retreat. I'm working on that this week and the beginning of next week. But just be on the lookout and go and make something artsy. It will open up your heart. That is for sure. That is for sure. I adore you all, and I will see you on Tuesday. Be sure to open your newsletter tomorrow. Remember, if you don't open them consistently, MailChimp bounces you off, and I can't put you back in. So be sure to open them. I know sometimes we can't read them right away, but be sure to open them. That makes a huge difference. It keeps you on the distribution list. So go out and make it a tremendous Thursday, and I will talk to you tomorrow in my newsletter, and then Tuesday we'll make some more art. Bye, everyone.